So the next thing is future plan. We'll explain this, Nirmal. Okay.
Okay, answer. So, guys, for the plans we are planning to do in the future is we have to implement API to our website. So now, right now, the movies what you see, the information about the movies what you see is hard coded. We ourselves are adding those information to these movies. But in future, if we implemented the API system, the movies will get updated itself, and we will be able. We would not have to do that hard coding things. So the any movie which is released just now will be uploaded to our website automatically. Then next thing is working with MongoDB storage system where the user after logging in, his information will be stored to our website so that whenever he log in, he will get to add reviews, then give the stars, and then which movie he has watched, and it will recommend him by algorithm. Our site will recommend him the movies which he will like in further things. Then next thing is the right now we are redirecting it to YouTube to play the trailer, but we are planning to make this thing on the same platform. So if you click on the trailer, it will play the trailer of that movie on the same platform. We don't have to redirect it to YouTube. And the next thing is for booking the shows, or sorry, booking the movies, we have to go to Book My Show website. So instead of going there, we are planning to make it on the same site where you will get to see the location of theaters around you and availability of the tickets. So this is all what we are planning to do in the future. Thank you so much.
So I just wanted to know how many members were there in your team. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Hello.
Yes, five
Initially,
members.
initially there were four members. Then Nirmal joined us.
Okay, okay. So there were a total of five, right?
One login page is left for explaining. Can I show now?
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So Vikas, you can explain while I show you.
Open करना. Good morning, everybody. Myself Vikas Raut, and I was created a sign up page. So in a sign up page, firstly create sign up page. Hello, Shreyas. In a sign up page, firstly, we I have created the form where the informations fill like the name, email, date of birth, and the password. जब हम सबमिट बटन पे क्लिक करते हैं तब वो डाटा लोकल स्टोरेज पे स्टोर होता है और पॉपअप आता है कि सक्सेस डाटा स्टोर इज सक्सेसफुली. फिर साइन इन पेज है और उधर से ओनली ईमेल एंड पासवर्ड है. अगर दोनों मैच हो गए तो वो रिडायरेक्ट होता है होम पेज पे. तो थोड़ा हम शॉर्टली एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूँ कि किधर हम लोकल स्टोरेज पे कैसे डाटा स्टोर किया. तो ओनली हमने फर्स्टली फंक्शन एक डिफाइन किया जहाँ पे हम डाटा को गेट कर रहे हैं और एक स्टेट डिफाइन किया जहाँ पे हम डाटा को स्टोर करते हैं. और अगर यूजर ने वैलिड डिटेल इंफॉर्मेशन स्टोर अगर है उसकी तो हम उसको एक की जनरेट करते हैं जिसका यूजर इंफॉर्मेशन नाम की है जहाँ पे हम डाटा को स्टोर करते हैं इन द फॉर्म ऑफ द जेसन.
So if we type here something wrong, wrong password, it will give us an error.
invalid details.
And after submitting the correct password, it will direct us to home page like this. Okay. So this is it. And thanks to our mentors for supporting all the time, Chaitya Vora and Harshil Shah. And also we are solving even the silliest doubts. Thank you all.
So anyone has any questions? Nishant, Sarvagnya, Harnav?
One question I would like to ask is, have you thought of any APIs you would want to use?
Yeah, initially our first plan was to use the API only. Due to lack of time, we dropped that. We
But
thought
any API specific APIs which you have gathered?
no, we don't have any idea about API.
Okay, okay.
So it would be
And
great if the mentors only would guide us further for using the API.
yes, I'm sure the mentors would support ahead as well, and you could complete the project.
And also, we wish to extend this project.
Yes, sure.
Uh, uh, can you just explain me what was stored in the local storage? Uh, I just missed that part.
In the local storage, only the name, email, and date of birth and password in a sign up page. We stored in the local storage. This information only.
Okay, and the authentication was done in the backend by what did you use for that?
Not only in a local storage we used, not only specific, just like the MongoDB we not use.
No, you use some package for authentication, something like that.
No.
Any tool, just
S- Only I have used the functions like get data, and this data is stored into and define the state data, and this there is the stored their informations like we the name, email, and date of birth, and then this redirect to the home page only by using the user navigated hook.
okay. So just one question I wanted to ask is if you're storing the password of the user in uh,
Yeah.
in the database as the password itself or some kind of hashed password or something like that.
No, only password like uh,
Okay.
just
Okay,
1 2 3
so
at that.
this is not really safe, as you can understand it. So
Yeah.
you can explore. First of all, you can explore Passport.js, or you can directly skip
Okay.
to JWT as well. You can check that out and ask your mentors about it. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, a good project.
Thank you.
And for the CSS part, did you guys use plain CSS?
Uh, I guess Bootstrap was used for only login page, and otherwise we have used plain CSS.
Yeah. And is your website as of now responsive?
It's not fully responsive. Uh,
Okay. So one of the things you can add in the future scope is to make it responsive on mobile as well.
uh, it's responsive till 1000 pixels, I guess. Nirmal is telling, so it can work on tablets. Nirmal has used. So that's a part of the future scope only.
Okay, okay. No issues.
And overall inheritance was great. We came to learn about almost everything regarding web dev. We knew nothing, literally nothing about web dev besides HTML. So it helped us a lot, and also we wish to extend this project further.
Hello. So talking about the responsiveness, we were able to reach about the 1000 to 1000 pixel box, which is optimal size of a tablet. So if you use a mobile phone, it will not be responsive. But till from big computer screens to the tablet screen, it is completely responsive and all the functionalities work same.
Could you show a demo of that if possible?
Nirmal will show. One minute.
Hello, can you repeat the question? I wasn't able to hear that.
Could you show a demo of that responsiveness if possible?
Okay, just a second. Is my screen visible?
Yes, yes.
So so you see this is our screen, and right now it is perfectly fine. And then if we take it close towards the 1000 pixel, so it is working good on this side also. But if you take it a little bit close to this, the navbar gets like disappears. So what we are planning to do is there will be three buttons like the menu will appear. On clicking on this, new navbar will open in this, like the same we open on the Amazon or Flipkart or anything else. So till this length, we are able to make it responsive. On further, it is not responsive as much. Like if you use the mobile phones and all, no, the site will not work. But if you use the tablet or the laptops, definitely it will work fine. And talking about the deployment, we have used the Firebase as a deployment server, and this is our website. You can use this website to get our page.
Okay, that's great. Anything the other mentors would like to add?
All right, guys. So great presentation. Keep up the good work and keep adding more such projects to the portfolio, and also complete those future prospects which you mentioned. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I guess the next team can come in. Is there? We have sent the thing. Is it? Are they here? Next team.
Yes, yes. I'll share my screen.
All
Thank
right.
you, guys. We are leaving. Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, yes, it's visible.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Have you ever rummaged through our library shelves for hours, not knowing if the book you want is available or not? Or wondered at the end of every semester which books were issued from the book bank? Well, we have too. And so we decided to fix it. A very good morning to one and all. We are Team No Plan Plant and we present to you the VJTI library website. Here's what we've used in the making of our website. For the front end, we've used HTML and CSS. For the back end, Node.js. And for our database, MongoDB. There are two types of users of our website, the students and the librarians. A basic overview of our website is that this website helps digitize the operations of the library. It allows students to see the books available in the library and issue them. Some of the features we've incorporated are being able to request for a new book, waitlist, and wish list, and the librarian can keep a tab on all the book related activities. The further part will be explained by my teammate.
So here comes the student. Next. So following are the features provided by this for the student. A new student must register. The registration has mail ID, name, registration ID, and the following details which will be explained on the website. A new student after registration can log in with the credentials with a valid credentials. Contact the librarian for any queries. View all the books available in the library. Issue an available book. Can't issue a book but now don't want to forget it, then you can add it to your wish list. Is the book you want no longer available, then you can add your name to the waiting list section. If you are the first person to do so, then you will be the getting book after it is returned back to the library. Issue books from the book bank. See the details of all currently issued books and get reminders when the due date is near. The reminder is sent to you before the 2 days of the due date. Browse through request books and like the ones you wish were in library. Request a new book. Browse through e-resources. How have access to previous year question papers. Next. Here comes the librarian side. So librarian has to manage all the resources, users, and the books. A very tough day at work, right? So we have tried to make it simpler. Librarian can see all the books in library and can add new books as per the requirement. Can update or delete any book, view all the issued books. The student who issued it with the issued date and the due date. See the waiting list associated with each book. Update a student profile. If during a registration a student has made some errors, so he can request the admin to make some changes. See the requested book sorted by popularity. So popularity is based on number of time a book is being issued. Remove a name from the waiting list after the student at the top of the list has received it. Once a book is returned, the admin must click on the return button available in front of the student. Search for a particular student using its registration ID. Then, if a certain student is unblocked, if he has not returned a book after a certain period of time of due date, then the student is declared as a blacklisted student. So, librarian even has a right to unblock the student after the student has returned all the books and paid the fines. Next, here are some additional features. First is sending reminders via emails. So before the due date, 2 days prior to due date, we will receive a mail saying that you have a book to be returned to the library. Next is 7 days and 14 days after the due date of book has been crossed. So we will receive a mail even after the 7 and 14 days after the due date has been passed of a book. Popular titles, displaying the popular titles, then blacklisting a student if he or she hasn't written a book 14 days after due date has been passed, then that student cannot issue the book. Next, these are the reminders through mails. Next, so we will like to add online payment system in our future scope. Then we will also like to display the history of book. For the current section, we only display the currently issued books in our profile, student profile. So we will like to add the history section too. Next is segregating book according to subject, department, and course. We will also like to make our website more responsive. Improvement for handling large amount of student data and website traffic. Provision for activating book bank for only a specific time of the year for different students. Next. So we hope that our website is useful for our college also. Next, a very special thank to our mentors for always being there with us during this entire journey. Next, and a very big thank you to for Inheritance for giving us this golden opportunity. And now let's move on to the demo of our website.
A very good morning, and we'd like to show you how our website works. So this is the first page that a user will see when he comes to our portal. Here we have some basic tabs in the nav bar, which are ask a librarian, displaying the contact information of the librarians if student needs to contact anyone. Next, there is an about us page, which is history of VJTI. Next, we have the rules tab, wherein we see the rules and regulations students need to follow as a part of the library. Next, we have the login option, where registered students are allowed to log in with the help of their username and password. And we have the register page for the new students, wherein students have to register with their name, registration ID, email, and password. Here we have a provision to log in only with the VJTI domain email ID. If a student tries to log in with some other domain email ID, we get a error that says not a valid VJTI student, and such students cannot register. So now registering with the help with a VJTI domain email ID. We come to the student home page. Here we have the all titles section, which displays all the titles in the library with a feature to search book by name. Um, the view page or the view button on each book name will lead us to the show page of that book, wherein we see options to issue the book or add book to the wish list. The wish list feature is for marking a particular book for further issuing. Yeah. Also, we have a feature of waiting list for books that aren't available currently. Students can add their name to waiting list. Also, students can see how many students are currently in the waiting list and accordingly add their name to the list. Yeah. Next, on the home page, we have the popular title section. For new students who are confused as to which book best for borrowing, can refer to this page. There is a popularity score based on the number of issues by different students. So depending on that, students can issue books according to their choice. Next, on the home page, we have the PYQ section, wherein we can see all the previous year question papers for different branches, years, semester wise. Next, on the home page, we have the request book section, wherein all the books currently requested by students are displayed. If a book is already requested, students can register their likes, thus letting the admins know that this book has got a higher demand. Or if the desired title is not available in here, students can request for a new book. And post this request, which will be displayed on the admin side as well. Next, on the home page, we have the waiting list tab, wherein we get to see the waiting list, the books in which added to whose names the student has their names in the waiting list. Also, the position in waiting list is displayed. If the student no longer wishes to issue the book, their name can be withdrawn from the waiting list with that button. Next, on the home page, we have the wish list tab, a similar tab which shows all the books in the wish list of a given student. Here too, we have the option of removing the book from the wish list whenever the student wishes to do so. Yeah. Next, we have the e-resources tab, wherein the links to many ebooks and other e-resources such as some journals and articles are available. Yeah. Next, on the home page, we have the view profile tab, where student can view his or her details as well as the details of issued books along with the date issued and the due date. Similarly, for books in the book bank, we also have a book bank tab, wherein similarly we see all the books in the book bank, their available copies. And when we click on the view button, we have the option of issuing them. And in case the books are not like the number of copies is 0, then a student sees a message that the book is no longer available in the book bank. Yeah. So back on the home tab, we also have the features of email notifications. Emails are received 2 days prior to a due date, saying that this book needs to be returned. Next, we have a email notification 7 days after the due date has crossed as a warning email, saying that the student must return the book or else he will be blacklisted. And email 14 days after the due date, which is a intimation that the student's status has currently been set to blacklisted, and he or she cannot further issue books or add their names to the waiting list of any book, unless the student returns back all the books and pays the appropriate fine. The student will not be able to further enjoy the library privileges. That's all on the user side. On to Sakshi now.
Okay, so let's move on to the admin interface. After logging out, here at the nav, we have a button for admin, which will redirect to the admin login page. Here is the admin registration button, which has fields, name, email, password, and a secret code. Only the authorized people will be knowing the secret code and can register themselves as an admin. Let's log in to the admin interface. So this is the admin dashboard. Here at the left corner of the dashboard, we have two sections, manage books and manage users. In manage books section, first section is all books, where all books available in the library is been displayed. After viewing the book, all details are being displayed with these three features, edit book, delete book, and view waiting list. The admin has right to edit the book. Let's say I'll edit the book edition from 10 to 13 and I'll update book. So you can see the edition for the book has been updated. Also, admin can view waiting list for every particular book. For example, this book of discrete mathematics, here are two students in waiting list, Vaishnavi Asavle and Sejal Ambavade. So admin has also right to remove the student from the wait list. Like I'll remove Sejal from wait list and the user has been removed from the wait list. Also, admin has right to add book to library. So let's add one book database. Add book. So the book has been added to the library. Again, admin can delete the book from the library, and the book has been successfully deleted, which I had recently added, DBMS book. Also, admin can see all the requested books requested by the students, and if the book has been available at the library, so the admin has right to delete the particular book. For example, here the data interpretation analysis book, if this book is available in library, admin will just delete that book from the requested book section. So the book has been deleted. Also, the search feature is also here to search a particular book. Also, admin can search a particular student by using the registration ID, and after putting the registration ID, admin can see the profile of that student, profile, issued books, and book bank. Also, admin has right to edit the profile of the student. Like at the time of registration, if student has written some wrong username, email, or registration ID, so the admin has the right to update the profile of the student. Like I'll change the registration ID for this user from 60 to 70, and I'll update the profile. So let's see for 2110. So the registration ID has been updated for the particular user. In the manage user section, first we have issued book section where the admin can see all the books issued by the students. So the book name, author, edition, copies, available copies, and currently issued by student. So in that section, the registration ID has been displayed of a student who has issued that book, due date, to return the book, and at last column we have the blacklisted student, means the student who have been blacklisted, and the return book button. So when the student will return the book to the library, admin will just click on this return button, and all the data for that particular student will be removed from this section. Then she will return the book to the library. Also, here we have the search book feature. Similar feature has been added to the book bank section, issued book bank. Here also all the book bank books which have been issued by the students will be displayed. And when the student will return the book bank books to the library, admin will just click on this return button. For example, here for the object-oriented programming book, consider if the student has returned the book bank book to the library. So the admin will just click on the return button and see the data has been removed from this section. Also, here are the PYQ section. So admin can just update this section 2 of PYQs, previous year question papers, for first year and for each particular branch. So this was all about admin interface, and yes, it was all about our website.
Well, like really nice project. I have to say that like बहुत फीचर्स डाले हैं आपने एंड लाइक अब बाहर जाओगे मतलब बाहर नहीं लाइक इंटरनेट पे सर्च करोगे तो लाइब्रेरी मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम ही एक मतलब बहुत बड़ा बहुत बड़ा इंटरफेस है इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए एंड यू डिड दैट एंड वी कैन सी इट लाइक आपने बहुत सारे फीचर्स डाले हुए हैं आपने यहाँ तीन टाइप के लॉगिन्स रखे हुए हैं राइट एडमिन लॉगिन रजिस्टर एक यूजर के लिए और एक इसके लिए एडमिन के लिए राइट
Yes.
ओके तो वो आपने पासपोर्ट से इम्प्लीमेंट किया
Yes. Using
Yes.
pass.
आपको कोई डिफिकल्टीज हुई उसमें लाइक दो पासपोर्ट में
Yes, we had a lot of difficulty because of the dual passport authentication.
ओके तो आप मतलब आप JWT एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हो उसमें से हो जाएगा इजीली हो जाता है उसमें
Oh, thank
एंड
you.
लाइक फीचर्स बहुत सारे हैं बट जस्ट वन थिंग कि आप UI थोड़ा सा इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं इसका क्योंकि थोड़ा सा ब्लैंड लग रहा है बट ओवरऑल फीचर्स आर रियली गुड कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस नाइस
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
काफी मस्त है प्रोजेक्ट, बहुत फीचर्स इम्प्लीमेंटेड है। फर्स्ट थिंग आई वुड लाइक टू आस्क इज यूआई रिस्पॉन्सिव है क्या?
नहीं
Website responsive नहीं है.
ओके ओके, नो इश्यूज। तो फ्यूचर स्कोप में ये डाल सकते हो कि यूआई रिस्पॉन्सिव बना सकते हो। सेकेंड थिंग आई वुड लाइक टू आस्क इज मोंगोडीबी के लिए तुम लोग ने कोई एक एपीआई बनाया होगा राइट, नोड में?
नहीं, वो भी नहीं किया है.
सो हाउ आर यू इंटरैक्टिंग विद मोंगोडीबी?
आपने लोकली चालू किया है क्या फिलहाल
Yes, locally run किया है.
ओके
बट
मतलब deploy
मोंगूस वगैरह कुछ
लोकली चलाने के लिए भी दे वुड नीड एन एपीआई ना.
आर यू यूजिंग समथिंग लाइक मोंगूस?
हाँ
Yes, Mongoose.
ओके, सो आई एम अज्यूमिंग रेस्ट एपीआई बनाया होगा राइट?
Yes.
And like, could you just approximately tell me how many endpoints you would had to make for all of these features?
Um, I think there were a lot. I think we've lost count kind of.
I could at
Trying
least
to,
count 15 to 20.
yeah, definitely.
So one thing which you can explore ahead is something called as GraphQL.
Okay.
Whenever you have a lot of data which you have to read and write
Mm-hmm.
with many attributes, GraphQL comes in handy. तो ये एक चीज तुम लोग explore कर सकते हो।
Yeah, thank you.
Rest, it was an amazing project. Mentors कौन थे by the way?
Bhavik
Bhumil.
and Sushil.
Great work.
Thank you so much.
अच्छा वो मेलिंग कैसे कर रहे हो आप मेल रिमाइंडर
Node mailers.
ओके
Node mailer and node schedule
अच्छा
to schedule the image mails.
ऑलराइट ठीक है और आपने मतलब ऐसा कोई एडमिन का ईमेल वगैरह बनाया होगा ना कि
Yeah.
कुछ
We had to create an account on Outlook because Gmail does not allow testing.
यस लाइक उन्होंने
Yeah.
बंद कर दिया है एक साल पहले
Exactly.
ठीक
So
है
we had to.
चलेगा Yes.
I think then we can move on to the next team.
Are they here?
Yes.
All right, guys. Thank you. Nice project.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And thank you to Inheritance and thank you to our mentors, Bhavik and Drumil. Thank you for your guidance, and we will keep working on this project more, and we will add more features, and we'll work on all the flaws that we have in this website, and we'll keep doing this. Thank you so much to everyone. Thank you, Inheritance.
Thank you, guys. So the next team is Runtime Terror 4.
Yeah, so all the members are here.
You can start presenting that.
Okay, one second. It's visible, right? The presentation is visible, right?
Yes, yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. I am Asmita Rena. Our project is VJTI Hostel website, and domain we chose was web development. I contributed to the backend of the project.
Hello everyone, my name is Devyani Chandani and I worked at the front end of our project.
Hello everyone, I'm Nikita Gharpure and I work for the backend of the project.
Hello everyone, I'm Ruchi Mankar and I worked on the front end part of our project.
So, moving on to the description and what our project is all about. It's basically a hostel website that deals with the problems faced in doing all the processes offline, like manually. Manually, all the processes take time. It's not time efficient. So, what we have done is digitization of that project. We have made a website and converted everything online, so it leads to a system that will be more compatible, GUI oriented, and time efficient.
For front end, we have used HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React.js. For backend, we have used Node.js and Express.js. And as our database, we have used PostgreSQL. Now, under the admin section, the admin can view the student information in a tabulated manner. This helps the admin to keep track of all students in the hostel. This also helps the admin to add new student information to the student record, as well as edit the existing student record, as well as delete the student record once the student leaves the hostel.
One of the important features of our website is conveying information about upcoming events. So, what is the current scenario is that whenever an event takes place, the hostel authority circulates a message about it through WhatsApp groups. But we all know that it is a bit hectic job as all the students won't check out the messages. So, what our website does is it enables the hostel authority or the hostel committee to add the information about an event through a form, and once the event has been completed, it will delete the information about the event, and this information will be displayed or can be viewed by our students as well as the admins under the events tab. Next up, in the student section, we have included a complaint form. So currently, when a student has a complaint related to anything in hostel, he or she has to write his complaint manually in the complaint register. But with time, it becomes very difficult to keep track of all these complaints, and it cannot be resolved most of the times. So, using the website, what we have done is we have added a complaint tab wherein the student can describe his complaint, select a complaint type, enter various details like his name, room number, etc., and convey his complaint to the admin. So now once when the complaint has been resolved, the admin can click on resolved button in order to make sure that the complaint has been resolved.
Now, as an additional feature, we have decided to provide the contact details of the hostel authorities. This is so that each and every student knows whom they have to contact in case of an emergency. We also realized that the students needing the hostel accommodation would want to know about the hostels and its surroundings. This is why our VJTI hostel website provides information and pictures of the different blocks of the hostel and the surroundings.
So there are a few future prospects in our project which we are planning to implement. First one will be keeping track of vacancies. So currently, when we display the student details in a tabular form, it's through a .json file. Now we are planning to convert that, connect that to the backend, and create a table where all the same details would be saved. The admin will be able to access those details from the database, and by grouping them according to room number and name, uh, uh, like the maximum number of students per room is 3. So after grouping that, admin can be able to view that how many rooms have less than 3 students, so thereby calculating the vacancy. Next up will be FAQs. So before joining the hostel, all the FYs, diplomas, all the students have a lot of questions, which is like, when they have those questions, it's impossible for them to always mail the rector or call the rector or the authorities. It's not possible. So a FAQ page should be there wherein there will be question and answers to the most frequently asked questions. For the same, we can, rather than a page, we can also create a chatbot in our website, which will have the same function. Third up is a notice tab for important links and announcements. So we are planning to like display those links, those notices on the homepage of our website, where there will be information regarding staff recruitment notice, hostel meetings, fee structure, allotment list, etc.
Yeah, so this is the end of our presentation, and now we would love to show a demo of our website to y'all. Yeah, so as you can see, this is the main page of our website. In the nav bar, we have included various tabs like Home, Events, Blogs, Contact Information, Admin View, and a sign up button from where we can access the registration tab and the login tab.
Now, if we click on blocks, we can see that we have given drop down options. Currently, we only have 2 blocks, but we are planning on working on the others as well. So, if we click on any one of the blocks, we can see that we have provided pictures in an image slider form, which is automatic. If we go down, you can also find the information, a little information about each block. We have followed the same format for block E as well. Right. Now, if we click on contacts, we can see that we can see the names of different authorities. Now, if we click on the mail link, one is directly taken to compose a mail with the recipient email ID already typed out. We've also provided the phone numbers of authorities for emergencies. Now we will talk about the sign up option.
Now under sign up, we'll first register. The user will register using his or her email ID, password, and name. After clicking on the submit button, the data will be visible in our database. Along with the token of the user. Then under login, the user will log in using his or her registered email ID or password. And on clicking on the submit button, the user will be directed to the admin sidebar. We are still working on the role-based authentication, and as of now, we have done this.
Yeah, so once the admin logins through his email ID, he'll be able to see 4 options, that is home, event, student, and view complaints. First, we'll be discussing about event. So whenever admin clicks on the event tab, he'll be able to see a form from where he can add information about upcoming event. So we have included various stuff like event date, event venue, the start time, end time of the event name, and description as well. Yeah, so once we have filled out the form, we'll click on Add Event button, and the event can be viewed by the admin as well as the student in the event section of our website. So if now the admin clicks on the event, he'll be able to see a brief description of the event. And now, after the event has been completed, the admin can click on the event done option so that he can delete the event from the events tab. So as you can see over here, the event has been deleted. Next part. Next up, we have a student section.
Yeah, so in the student section, as you can see, there is we have displayed the details of the student in the form of a table with 3 options of adding a new student, editing, and deleting. So if I add a new student, as you can see, the student details will be stored and displayed as a new record. Now, if I have to edit any record, and for example, the mail, and I plan to cancel, like I don't have to make any changes. So cancel option is there. And however, if you have to make some changes, then saving it will, the changes will take place. Now, say for example, a student has left the hostel. So we'll simply click on the delete option to delete that record.
Yeah, so last option that we have provided to our admin is the view complaints part. Here the admin can view the complaints that have been posted by the student. So first of all, we'll see what we are doing on the student side in order to reflect the complaints on the admin side. Yeah, so this is the interface that the student will encounter once he logins through his mail ID. We have provided the segment rules and regulations and add complaints. So in rules and regulations, we have hard coded this part so that the student can go through all these rules before or when he's in the hostel. And the second option that we have provided to the student is add complaints. So we have created a form from where the student can add his name, date of complaint, his room number, the block he resides in, the issue type that he is facing, and details of the issue. Yeah. So once we click on add complaint button, the complaint will be reflected in the view complaint section. And if the admin clicks on the complaint, you'll be able to see all the details of the complaint. And once the issue has been resolved, the admin simply clicks on the resolve tab so that complaint will now vanish from the page. Yes. So this is all about our website.
Now, finally, we would like to express our gratitude to the entire Community of Coders, commonly known as CoC, for giving us this opportunity to make our very own project. We would also like to give a special thanks to Sarvagna and Harsh for always being ready to help us, irrespective of how long it would often take. Thank you so much for being so patient with us and guiding us throughout this journey. Thank you.
Yeah, so great work, guys. Really, it's a good project. But I had a small question. What are you using for authentication?
JWT.
Yeah, JWT.
Okay. And so could you guys actually show me like a sign in?
Yeah, actually, for the currently data has been added to the table only, but role based and redirect is not working in our project.
Then no issues, no issues. That's not an issue. One more question. So you showed me like there is a the resolve button in the complaint resolve thing. So there's a small suggestion that instead of like the admin can just mark it as resolved, like the person who's made the complaint has no role in it, right? So maybe there could be some sort of a process that, maybe it's just been marked resolved from one end, so it doesn't go away immediately. It has to be marked resolved from both ends.
Okay, yeah. Like
Okay.
even from the student side, कि actually वो resolve हुआ है issue.
Because the rector or the admin might get a report that it has been resolved, but it's not actually been resolved.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, we can work on that.
So you're saying from both the sides there should be an option to clarify that the complaint has been.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, sure, we can work on that.
Hey guys, am I audible?
Yes.
Yep. So great project, guys. Really nice to see. I had like one suggestion. So in that admin section where you are adding students, okay. So yep, in the student section, you have a field to add a single student. So probably like you could have a feature to add students in bulk. So maybe like upload an
Okay.
Excel sheet and like a lot of students would be added at one go.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
So
We'll
that's
do that.
something you could do because like colleges usually do this. They have the details, students' details in an Excel file, and they could just upload it in bulk.
True.
Yeah, so
Okay.
instead of like a form kind of thing, we should have an Excel sheet, you are saying?
They also have the form like if they want to add a single student, so you could have the
Single
form as well, and also have a feature to upload an Excel, and
Okay.
you could look into how you would parse an Excel sheet and then register all the students.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
Yeah. So
Also,
okay, please, Ravi. Please.
Devansh, go ahead.
So about that Excel sheet, there are a number of options. So basically, you could ask for a CSV file, that's comma separated values, and I
Yes.
think So using a CSV file, it would be like very easy to get a hold of all the details from the form.
Okay. We'll check that.
Yep. एंड ऑल्सो लाइक इसको सिर्फ एक इनहेरिटेंस प्रोजेक्ट के लिए मत रखना इसको तुम लोग इम्प्रूव करो और एक्चुअली लाइक ट्राई पिचिंग इट टू द हॉस्टल एंड सी लाइक इफ दे कुड यूज इट
Yeah, we'll improve. Like we have to do a lot of
Yeah, UI पे भी
improvisations.
थोड़ा काम करना है database
हाँ.
में.
But after that, yeah, we'll
We are
definitely
planning to
try.
do that.
A very good project indeed. मतलब मेरी तरफ से तो थोड़ा बस UI में इम्प्रूव करना है एंड यहाँ जहाँ पे तुम स्टूडेंट्स ऐड कर रहे हो दिस पार्ट विच जस्ट रवि टोल्ड अबाउट इसमें डू यू हैव वैलिडेटर्स इन इट कि ईमेल में एक्चुअली ईमेल जा रहा है फोन नंबर में एक्चुअली 10 डिजिट है या नहीं
Not yet, not yet. We'll check that. Like
ऑल राइट और वो लॉगिन साइन अप के टाइम भी जस्ट ऐड दोज वैलिडेटर्स इफ नॉट
this
Yeah.
currently is through the JSON file. No, that's why I've been nahi kiya. But yeah, we'll do that. Validator.
So this student data is in the JSON file
Yeah.
and the login sign up details are in MongoDB.
No,
We have,
SQL,
Postgres.
Postgres.
Oh, Postgres. Okay, all right.
Another thing which can be done is students का batch भी ले लो like 2020 2021 वैसा so that manually delete ना करना पड़े तुम लोग को once a batch has graduated.
Yeah. Yeah, we are thinking of adding like few more columns like block number and all so that it will be more convenient.
There are a few more details.
Changes that we need to make.
Anyone else has any questions? All right, guys. So thank you and keep improving your project.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll just call our next team. Are they here? Yeah, we are here. All right. You guys can start.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, we would just like to confirm that we are from Code of Duty, so it's our turn, right?
Sorry?
Our team name is Code of Duty. Can you just confirm if it's our turn right now?
If it's I'm unable to hear. My bad.
If
Yes,
it
it's
if
your
it's
turn.
our
Yes,
turn.
yes.
Okay,
It's
thank
your
you.
turn.
Yeah, it's
You
your
can
turn.
continue.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, guys. So we are Team Code of Duty, and our inheritance project is named SureShot. So SureShot is an online test platform where a student can give their test effectively and efficiently in an organized way, and the teachers and institute can rest assured that the student is giving the test honestly with his full potential through the proctoring system. So now let's look at the various other features of our website.
So our website is basically divided into three parts: students, teachers, and admins. So let's first look at the teachers section. So a teacher can add a question in the question bank, which you can see in the screenshot here, that he'll select the course name, add the question, and give out the option. And each option has a weightage which the teacher can input. Now the question will be added into the question bank. Now the teacher can schedule a test and give out the date and the start time, end time, and the link which will be provided to the student. And once it is scheduled, the teacher can add the questions in the test paper through the question bank. Yathat, can you go to the next slide? So as you can see in the bottommost pick, the questions are already added in the question bank. The teacher has to just had to select which questions he or she has to add into the question paper, and it will be directly added into that. The teacher can also assign notes to the students, and the students can read from the section in the student section. So yeah, now Manav will explain the students part.
Yeah. So the basically the students part is that we log in and or sign up as a student, and then it will redirect us to a page where there will be a schedule about all the upcoming tests, and will also be a calendar where all the like to the left of the slide where all your upcoming tests will be scheduled. To the left there we have a hamburger menu where we have assigned a notes part. The notes part will be such a way that only the course that has been selected or subscribed by the student can be shown in his profile. And on clicking on the image, we can directly go to the book that he can refer to, the Amazon website of it, or we can have the name of it, which consists of the drive link of the notes which he has to refer for the upcoming exam. So and to the we also have a profile page. In the profile page, we have a systematic view of the ranking where the student stands in the exam. So he can come to know about how he has to perform well in the next exam according to his peers. We have a rank list too, his own performance graph, and also about how the test will be conducted and how it is being validated as the particular person is conducting is being giving the test. Yatharth will be explaining.
So this is how the rankings of the test will be displayed to the user student in the profile page. So they can list down. They can see the list of all the students and the test they have given, along with the marks. So then let's look at the institute and admin page. So in this page, the admin or the institute is a third role, which is separate from teacher and student. So the admin has special access above the teachers and student. They can assign the teachers and students special courses. For example, a student may not have paid the fees for all the courses and might have just subscribed for example, PC&M. So other courses won't be accessible to him or her. Same way, the teacher can be assigned courses according to what subject they teach, and also the students can be activated. For example, when a new user is signed up, so they don't directly have the access to the whole test platform, and they cannot directly give the test. So the admin first has to validate and check if the person has paid their fees or whatever the requirement the institute has, And after that, the teacher can activate the users by clicking on the activate, after which they will automatically be added to the teachers and student list, after which the admin can assign courses to them. So now let's look at the proctoring system that we have implemented in order to create a fail-safe. So when the student is giving the test, so we have put various conditions. For example, if a phone is detected during the test, it will be counted as a copy case. And if more than one person are also trying to attempt the test, or they are visible in the webcam, then two copy case is detected. And then we have also added facial recognition. So it is a very basic feature, like we haven't implemented to the fullest level, but it can detect which person is currently giving the test. So for example, if I am giving the test right now and it's not my account, so it can detect if the person giving the test is the one who is attempting it right now. So for this, we have used YOLO object detection to count the number of people and what objects are being showed in the webcam. So this is being done on the NPM side because it was faster to just implement the NPM instead of using Flask and separate backend database. But the facial recognition part that has been implemented by us using Fast API in the backend part. So now let me show you the demo of our website. So we have deployed the front end part on virtual app. So this is our first opening page where the person can see the basic features. After this, they can sign up. So this is our landing page where the student can sign up and log in. So here the features of the website have been listed down. And we have also provided an email link for so if a person wants to contact us. So here in the sign up part, the student can put their first student or teacher, whatever, and put their first name, last name, and other details. So the email is being validated to check if it is a valid email or not. So we haven't implemented the verification part, that is OTP or magic link. We tried that, but it was actually a paid feature, so we could not implement it right now. As you can see, when I put gmail.com, the pop-up disappears. So after that, I can put the phone number, username, and password. So the user has to confirm the password. So both the confirm password and the password entered before should be same in order to sign up. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, as you can see. After which the user can select whether he or she wants to register as a teacher or student. So let me just register as a student right now. So after this, the student or teacher will be directed to the respective pages. So if it's a student, then they will be directed to the dashboard page, while the teachers will be directed to the separate page for the institute. Just a second, I think it's taking a bit of time to actually register the request. Let me check my Wi-Fi. Just a second. Okay, so after that, the student can sign into the website. So let me just sign in with my details, which were prepared for this presentation. So they are because I logged in with my student ID, so it directs me to the dashboard page. Let me check the message. So in this dashboard page, the student can view the upcoming tests which are being displayed here. So if the test is scheduled for right now, so if the test start time is currently between the time in which it has been scheduled, so they can attempt the test through this button. Or if the test is scheduled for future time, for example, this is scheduled for 14th of Feb, so they cannot access the test right now. So it checks whether the time is actually valid or not. And we can see the upcoming test in the calendar format for now. So we can have a clear schedule. So previous tests can be viewed here, so which have been previously attempted. And on clicking here, they will be directed to the profile page where they can see their rank list and the marks that they respectively scored, as you can see. And the marks are also being displayed in the graph format. So after I attempt a test, the marks will be updated here for analysis purposes. We have also implemented this notes feature as Manav mentioned previously. So here you can see the courses that the student has signed up for. Only those are visible right now. So when I click on this physics paper, it directs me to the resources for the physics subject. And this icon directed me towards the textbook part, and this button will direct me towards the notes that the teacher has assigned in order to study for the exam or course. So for example, if the student hasn't paid or registered for all of the courses, then only the courses that he or she has registered for will be displayed here. Similarly, for the test part, only the courses that the student has registered for will be displayed here. So now let me show you the admin and institute page. I'll just log out and sign in as a teacher first. So So this is another ID that we have created for this presentation purposes. So here the student teacher is directed to the institute page and not the dashboard page. And he or she, if they try to what do you call it? Access the student pages, which is dashboard and profile, so they won't be able to do that through the protected routes. So the teacher can view the rank list of the students that have appeared for their test. So if I'm a teacher for DSA and maths exam, the rank list for all the students that have attempted the DSA and maths exam will be displayed here. The teacher can assign notes. For example, if I'm assigning the notes for a let's say DSA subject, I can upload the notes folder link. So whatever the drive link would be there, the teacher can upload here directly. Then image link is the link that the teacher wants to display in that notes page that I showed you right now. When the student clicks on the what do you call it icon or profile pic, the profile pic of the book, they will be directed to the Amazon or whatever the resource that the teacher is providing as a textbook. So in this scheduled test, the teacher can schedule a new test. So they can start upcoming test in well in advance. For example, when I scheduled the test for 14th of February, so the paper has been decided already right now, which can be updated later too. So let me just schedule a test named trial test. Let's just select any course. So COA, for example, date. So the calendar picker shows up and you can select any date. So let me schedule the test for right now. So the start time is the time at which the time test will be starting. So right now it's 12:22. So let me just select the time for 12:22 or 23, for example. Let's just do 23.
Yeah, that's 11:20, not 12.
Sorry, 11:23. Okay. And the end time, for example, if my duration of the test is for 3 hours, so I can just select uh, this one, 3 or whatever. So the duration of the test is automatically decided. So the teacher doesn't have to actually manually input that. So it just subtracts the time automatically. And let me just give a link for the test to be attempted. So after the test has been scheduled, but the questions haven't been decided as to which question should be put in the test. So for that, the teacher can actually make a question bank. So let me just select any of the questions. So for COA, what is what is the size of main memory, for example. Just a dummy one. So 10 marks. Option 1 is 10, 20, 40. Weightage as the teacher wants to assign whatever weightage. So the teacher can have multiple correct in this story.
Yeah, multiple correct question.
So the teacher can select whichever the multiple questions that are correct. So let me just select the first option. This is the correct one. And when I submit, the question will be added to the question bank, but not directly to the paper. So when I want to make the question, select the questions for the paper, so the teacher can go to make paper and click on the trial test, which I have just scheduled right now. So after this, I will be showed the questions currently there in the question bank. So this is the one, what is the size of main memory, which I just entered. So I can just select this question, for example, and for example, the first question. I don't want the second question to appear right now, so I won't put that. So it's the choice of the teacher. So after this, the test has been actually created for the students, and all the students which have actually registered for the COE course will be able to attempt the test in the given time frame. So let me just show you that. I'll log in with my student ID again. So as you can see, the trial test of COE is being showed here. And since the time is 11:23, which was the scheduled time for the test, I can actually attempt this test right now. So when I try to attempt this, it will redirect me to the test page. And here the webcam is being showed along with the whether the copy case is being detected or not. Then you can see using the YOLO object detection model that we implemented, it can actually detect the number of people or objects that are there. So it is currently detecting only one person, so there is no issue in that. And here the timer is being showed. So we schedule the test as an end time for 2 o'clock. So it is automatically calculating the duration of the test. And after the duration is completed, the test will be automatically submitted. So let me just show if phone is appearing in this webcam, for example. So it shows don't copy. So there can be the repercussions as and when the institute wants. So if the institute says that if more than 5 copy cases are being detected, then cancel the test or whatever, that can be selected by the institute. And also another feature is that if multiple people are being detected, then too the copy case is being detected, is being shown. Let me just try. I'll try to use this phone. As you can see, multiple people are being detected, so it shows don't copy. So here I can attempt my test. So I selected option 3. The first one is just dummy. So the student can get familiar to the UI of the test. So after that, next, I can select whatever the answer is the correct one. And after I click the next, as it is the final question, the test will be submitted automatically. So before that, I would like to show you the object detection part, facial recognition part that we have implemented. So for that, we have used the FaceNet model. And just a second. So the FaceNet model tries to see whether the person that is attempting the test and is being displayed in the webcam right now is the person whose account is there. So the profile pic or whatever. So just a second. I'll just. This is actually a minor problem that we have faced right now, but haven't solved this. So we have deployed the object facial recognition part in Railway. So I think there's some issue in Railway where the server actually fails or crashes. So I'll just have to refresh the server. Uh, okay, so I'll just try to attempt this test. Actually, okay, so now the webcam image is being captured and it shows available. So I'll just check with my Railway. So should we continue with the presentation? I'll demonstrate this part after solving this error, just 5 minutes. Okay, so after I submit this test, I will be redirected to the test page where I can directly view the profile of the test. As you can see, the test is submitted and the user can go to the profile page to see how many marks they have scored in the test. So as you can see, the graph is automatically updating based on the exam that I just gave right now, as you can see. And now let's look at the third role, that was the admin role. The admin has special privileges above the teacher and student. So when I go to the landing page, I can register as an admin. So I am being redirected to the admin page, which is the third role, and I cannot access the other pages, which was dashboard and institute page. So here I can see the number of unactivated users, which the admin hasn't currently verified if they have paid their fees or not. So if the person has actually paid the fees, they can activate this right now. And when I refresh this, the person won't be visible in this, and they have been assigned in the student courses part. Uh, so I just added Manav Shah to this. So as you can see, Manav Shah is being showed in the student section, and I can assign the courses here. So if I want to assign just physics and maths, for example, and let's say COA, so they can attempt the tests that are being scheduled for these three only. So similarly, for teachers, the admin can decide what subject the teacher teaches, and the admin can also make or create courses. So for example, if I want to introduce a new course in my institute along with COA, let's say I want to introduce DLD, so I just have to create a DLD here, a course code whatever, like for example 888, then whatever the notes folder link is there. So let's just put some dummy string in there, and when I submit, the course will be created. As you can see, the DLD is being shown. So I actually accidentally clicked on the submit button twice, so it's showing DLD twice. But as you get the idea, right? So after the creation of a new course, the student can and teacher can be assigned to the course, whichever the one was. So this was the demo of our website. So now let's look at the future prospects that we have planned for this.
So, regarding the future prospects, we actually have quite a few over here. So, first of all, we would like to introduce question-wise analysis of the recent tests. So, currently, we can see how much a student scored on the leaderboard and all of that. But if I want to see that for a particular question, let's say 5 students got it correct, 5 students got it incorrect, and a few people couldn't attempt it for some reason, then a teacher would probably want those statistics also. Like if it's a tricky question now, for example, if it's a JE exam, like JE preparation exam, so teacher wants to see that which for a question, which option will likely influence the student to choose the wrong option. So the teacher can make options according to that. So we will implement and we can implement an ML model for that also. And there if we introduce such statistics like incorrect questions, number of correct questions, etc., then we would like to introduce a few more graphs, like we could use pie charts or line graphs or something like that. Let's have the next slide, please. And currently, if you'll see with the proctoring system, there are one or two flaws, like there is no speech recognition. So if somebody talks, then we won't be able to detect that. And also switching tabs mid exam. Although the yes, and then um, we can also implement typing features. So for example, during a test, a student shouldn't be typing on the keyboard. So we can also try to implement that. Then as an announcement section. So like notes are being displayed, announcements should also be displayed. So we can add that. Currently, the website doesn't work on mobile phones, so we would like to make it responsive. And dynamic tests, I think this is the best future prospect up till now. So let's say I've solved 10 questions out of a 20 questions test. And after those 10 questions, I've scored 10 marks out of 10 questions, like full marks. And then obviously I'm doing better than a student who has scored 5 marks. So the next 10 questions which I would get would be tougher than the next 10 questions which other student would get. And it would reflect in the final score also. Like probably the next 10, the difficult questions would have more weightage or something. This would help in filtering out the students during entrance exams. Yeah, that next slide. Yeah. So currently we can see how much like how many marks a student has scored or something, but and the input the teacher gives is the four options, whether they are correct or not, and the weightage for each option. So if I select option A and I do not, and the correct option is option D, then I would like to see why option D is the correct option, or why I thought question option A was the correct option. So we could show explanations for them also. So also making the platform multi-tenant is important, because currently the platform is just designed for one institution. It would be simple to just extend that, but still that is left. Then, like, if if two organizations merge, for example, so manually entering data for 100 students while registering them would be quite tedious. So if we could just make a code that would automatically input all users from a CSV file or a PDF file. The next, they are the frameworks we used. So that's all there is to it.
Also, I would like to add on the topic that Vivek just said, that we actually tried implementing the speech recognition part, and we have implemented it, but it wasn't actually working along with the vision based, that is YOLO based proctoring. So if you just want to implement the speech recognition part, that works, but it's not currently being implemented alongside. So if you guys have any questions that in the meanwhile, I'll just try to resolve that railway error and show you the demo just once again. Is it okay if I stop presenting the screen right now?
Yep, I guess it's fine.
Anyone has any questions? Okay, guys, maybe in between that error was coming. Was that resolved? I could see one.
Yeah, I just resolved it right now. I just restarted the railway deployment. I'll share my screen.
All right. No, that's fine. That's fine. I was just asking. And you used, what did you use for authentication?
For authentication, we use JWT tokens. So Akash
Okay,
can.
that's impressive. Nice.
And we have also hashed the password as well.
And
So it's
like,
storing in hashed form.
all right. And how do you plan to like scale it? Like you said, for multi tenants, like how do you plan to do that?
We could assign an institute key in most of the tables, so only the relevant institutes would be, only the data will be shown only to the relevant institutes. Like there are in the master table. So for example, I'm talking about the database. So in that there will be, the data would be combined for all of the institutes, but there will be an institute key, so only the relevant information would be displayed to the relevant institutes. That's how we could do it. Or we could make separate routes and an empty database duplicated, but that would be quite tedious to do it for every single institute.
Okay. And like, yeah, that's a great project. Like the UI is also great. So yeah, congratulations on that.
Um, hey guys, like, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So firstly, like, बहुत कुछ implement कर दिया तुम लोग ने, like, great job in that. Like बहुत सारे features implement कर दिए. Like, have you guys heard about Mentimeter?
No, I haven't heard of it.
No.
So it has like a, it's a platform, it has a live quiz feature. So उसमें कैसे हम जैसे 5 questions हमने बनाए उसमें, and like after each, like you could share that link to anyone, and after each question it shows you what's the live leaderboard for that. Okay, so वैसा कुछ भी तुम लोग एक एक्स्ट्रा फीचर ऐड कर सकते हो लाइव क्विज बनाने का. Okay, so उसमें like
अच्छा,
live leaderboard दिखता है. After each question, you get to see like who is on the top of the leaderboard, something like that.
okay. That's a nice feature, but in our website, it is currently being used for academic purposes. So we didn't think of
Yep,
implementing
yep,
this, but this is a nice idea. We
We
can
can
take
yep,
it.
yep,
actually implement that for in-class tests. For example, if a teacher says, I'll take a quiz for 15 minutes during mid-lecture, then yeah, we can use this feature actually.
yep. Exactly. Like also like अभी जैसे COC के workshops होते हैं. So mid workshop अगर एक quiz रखना हो, so वैसे चीज के लिए काफी helpful होता है Mentimeter का.
Yeah.
Or problem with Mentimeter is that it is paid, so it only has like you could only create 2 questions for free. So if you could create something like that, like an extra feature on your platform, so वो काफी helpful हो जाएगा.
Yeah, it will actually be used. Well,
And the proctoring thing that you guys created is super cool. Like मुझे ML उतना अच्छे से नहीं आता, so I don't know how it works, but super cool, right? And
अभी करंटली तो थोड़ा एरर आया है, इसलिए बता नहीं पाया. अभी चाहिए तो वापस बता सकता हूँ. वो योलो वाला चल रहा है, पर अभी एडमिन जिसमें एरर आ रहा था,
हाँ,
फेशियल
एक बार
रिकॉग्निशन, वो भी
no
दिखा दे, वो
problem.
फेस नेट वाला दिखा दे.
बता
हाँ
देता हूँ.
दिखा.
तो अभी करंटली तो क्या बोलते हैं ना, डेटाबेस से वो एक्चुअली नहीं लिया है. अभी हम लोग 5 जन का हार्ड कोड किया है कि 5 जन को ही डिटेक्ट कर पाएगा, मतलब एडिशनल यूजर का भी डेटाबेस से नहीं ले रहा है वो. तो बता देता हूँ. अभी एज यू कैन सी यथार्थ तो डिटेक्ट कर रहा है. तो अभी आकाश का अगर मैं फोटो लेके आऊँ, ये आकाश आ रहा है. इसमें एक्चुअली फोन से बता रहा हूँ, तो इतना एक्यूरेसी नहीं है. वो खुद होता तो थोड़ा बेटर आ जाता. यार वापस क्रैश हो गया. रेलवे डिप्लॉयमेंट में आई थिंक कुछ तो एरर आ रहा है, बट एज यू कैन सी वो आकाश डिटेक्ट करता है. और अगर एडिशनल फीचर जैसे फ्यूचर प्रोस्पेक्ट में कि अगर वो बराबर नहीं आ रहा है उसका, क्या बोलते हैं, मेरा अकाउंट में आकाश नहीं हो राइट, मेरे अकाउंट में तो मेरे कॉपी केस में डाल सकते हो.
Nice. Also, like one of your tabs में कहीं पे तो pricing का tab था, so उस वो पेज पे क्या है? I wanted to see.
वो एक्चुअली अभी डमी रखा है, क्योंकि उस इंस्टीट्यूट को जो भी प्राइसिंग रहेगा वो डाल सकते हैं. वो अभी के लिए डमी है सिर्फ.
Okay, great.
Any other question or suggestions?
और कुछ सजेशन हो बता दीजिए, इम्प्लीमेंट करने का ट्राई करते हैं. एनी सजेशन?
Just a small suggestion, वो तुम्हारे प्लेटफॉर्म पे जहाँ जहाँ पे भी buttons है ना, so whenever you click that, so एक certain response या feedback होना चाहिए कि that button is selected or it's been clicked. जैसे मैंने admin side पे शायद assign का button देखा था, या टीचर के रोल पे था शायद
We
assign
tried
का
that
button सब.
actually, पर उसमें क्या था कि if we do it for a particular button ना, तो हम लोग पूरे कॉलम में वो assign हो जाता था वैसे. We tried doing that using hooks, but थोड़ा error आ रहा था. We'll definitely try to resolve it.
Whichever option you are selecting, so जो option select किया है उसमें कुछ highlight डाल दो.
हाँ.
also, we would like to thank Devans Joshi and Smith Sekadia for mentoring us. We kind of forgot to add them in the slide. We made it in a haste, that's why.
ऑल्सो लाइक ऑब्वियसली आई एम योर मेंटर, बट मेरे तरफ से भी एक सजेशन है कि मतलब बहुत सिंपल सा ही एक तुम वो कर सकते हो कि यूनिक कंस्ट्रेंट लगा दो तुम्हारे डेटाबेस में, क्योंकि वो जैसे 2 बार डीएलडी आ गया तो एटलीस्ट वो नहीं होगा।
हाँ, मेरी जो स्टोर प्रोसीजर्स है ना सारे इसमें मैं वहाँ पे डिस्टिंक्ट लगा दूंगा ना, सिलेक्ट डिस्टिंक्ट, तो फिर काम करने लगेगा वो चीज़। आई थिंक वो ऐसे हो जाएगा उससे।
Okay, so if we don't have any more suggestions, and the next team, that is Coding Gujus, can start their presentation.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Great work.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, so we'll be starting just a minute.
ओके। कुणाल और देव, तुम लोग का लेक्चर्स में ध्यान लगता है क्या? मैं तो आधा लेक्चर सो ही जाती हूँ। घर पे भी पढ़ते वक्त मुझे बहुत बोर होता है, और अब तो एग्जाम्स भी नजदीक आ रही है। तो तुम लोग किधर से पढ़ रहे हो, कैसे प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो?
हाँ, वैसे बात तो सही है। लेक्चर्स में तो आजकल हमारा भी ध्यान नहीं लगता है। पर तूने लर्निंग इन के बारे में सुना है क्या?
नहीं, वो क्या है?
ओके, तो लर्निंग इन एक ई लर्निंग प्लेटफॉर्म है जहाँ यूजर्स खुद अपने टेस्ट बना सकता है, और वो एक रूम कोड जनरेट करता है जो दूसरे यूजर्स के साथ शेयर कर सकता है, और बाकी यूजर्स वो टेस्ट दे सकते हैं, और जहाँ भी अपने वीक पॉइंट्स है वो स्ट्रेंथन कर सकते हैं। और ये वेबसाइट काफी यूजर फ्रेंडली है। इसमें बेसिकली 3 मोड्स है, जिसमें से पहला मोड है क्रिएट अ क्विज। मतलब यहाँ आप अपने क्वेश्चंस ऐड कर सकते हो। तो आपको एंड में एक रूम कोड जनरेट होता है जो हम लोग ने यूयूआईडी की मदद से जनरेट किया है, तो वो यूनिक रहेगा हर बार। और यहाँ आप अपने क्वेश्चन का टाइमर चूज कर सकते हो कि हर क्वेश्चन में कितना टाइम एलोकेट होना चाहिए, और यहाँ आप अपना क्वेश्चन डाल सकते हो, और 4 चॉइसेस अवेलेबल रहती है, और करेक्ट ऑप्शन करके आप मल्टीपल क्वेश्चंस बना सकते हो। इसका कोई अपर या लोअर लिमिट नहीं है कि आपको एक क्वेश्चन बनाना ही पड़ेगा या फिर 10 क्वेश्चन ही बना सकते हो। और फिर ये रूम कोड आप दूसरों के साथ शेयर करके क्विज दे सकते हो। तो ये इंटरफेस है मतलब यहाँ आप अपना रूम कोड डालोगे, और फिर ये वाला पार्ट है जहाँ अपना टेस्ट देने के बाद रैंक लिस्ट और स्कोर डिस्प्ले होता है। तो मैं आपको अभी वेबसाइट पे लेके जाता हूँ। तो ये बेसिकली हमारा लॉगिन साइन अप पेज है। अगर कोई न्यू यूजर है तो वो यहाँ अपना रजिस्टर कर सकता है। हम लोग ने यूनिक वैलिडेशन के लिए हम लोग ने एज अ यूनिक पैरामीटर यूजर नेम लिया है। अगर मैं कोई ईमेल वैलिडेट ईमेल नहीं डालता हूँ तो वो एक एरर थ्रो करेगा, एंटर वैलिड ईमेल। और पासवर्ड में भी हम लोग ने मतलब एक कोई तो स्पेशल कैरेक्टर होना चाहिए, नंबर्स भी होना चाहिए, तो वो सब वैलिडेशन भी हमने डाले, तो यहाँ से वो रजिस्टर कर सकता है। तो ये साइन अप पेज था। और अगर कोई यूजर पहले से साइंड इन है तो वो यहाँ से लॉग इन कर सकता है। तो एक हमने प्रोफाइल बनाया है डेमो के लिए, तो वो मैं उससे लॉग इन करता हूँ। बट उससे पहले हमारा पूरा वेबसाइट जेडब्ल्यूटी से सिक्योर्ड है। मतलब लॉगिन से पहले आपको कहीं भी राउट पे गए तो आप नहीं जा पाओगे। ओ सॉरी, ये तो 404 पेज आ गया।
जैसे कि एक राउट है हमारा होम का, तो मतलब आप नहीं जा पाओ, वापस आपको रिडायरेक्ट कर देंगे। अभी यहाँ समझ लो कि आप हमारे से मतलब लॉग्ड इन नहीं हो, तो वो वापस एक एरर थ्रो करेगा कि आप हमारे साथ लॉग्ड इन नहीं हो, ऐसा। और लोकल स्टोरेज में हम जो भी यूजर यहाँ एंटर करता है, तो उसको हम लोग पूरा डेटा लोकल स्टोरेज में स्टोर करते हैं, ताकि गलती से अगर लॉग आउट हो भी जाए तो मतलब वापस अगर गलती से टैब बंद हो जाता है तो उसको वापस लॉग इन नहीं करना पड़ेगा। तो ये बेसिकली हमारा होम पेज है, और ये हमारे 3 मोड्स है। रूम ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं, क्विज प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं, और एक डू यू नो वाला मोड है। अभी मैं आपको फर्स्ट हाफ की तरफ लेके जाता हूँ, क्रिएट अ क्विज। यहाँ पर अपना टाइमर डाल के ये रूम कोड जनरेट होता है, तो यहाँ आप कोई भी क्वेश्चन ऐड कर सकते हो। कोई भी 2 ही क्वेश्चन बना रहा हूँ। एंड ऑल्सो अगर आप कोई प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन पे रिट्रीव कर मतलब प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन पे जाना चाहते हो कि मतलब कोई चेंज करना है, तो वो भी आप कर सकते हो पीछे जाके। और यहाँ अगर वापस आपने कोई चेंज किया तो वो अपने आप रिफ्लेक्ट हो जाएगा, और फिर डन करके आप अपना सबमिट कर सकते हो। अभी हमें कोई अगर क्विज रूम को ज्वाइन करना है तो वो यहाँ से कर सकते हैं हम। अभी मैंने एक पहले से क्वेश्चन सेट बना के रखा है, तो मैं उसका एक रूम कोड डाल रहा हूँ। ये इसका इंटरफेस रहेगा, यहाँ क्वेश्चन और वो सब, तो स्टार्ट दबाते ही क्वेश्चन डिस्प्ले होएगा। ये यहाँ पे टाइमर है, क्वेश्चन नंबर और स्कोर है। मैं कुछ सिलेक्ट करता हूँ तो, और अगर टाइमर के बाद अपने आप वो क्वेश्चन चेंज हो जाता है। तो टाइमर 20 सेकेंड्स का है अभी। ये चेंज हो जाएगा, और अभी फिर ऐसे ही हम ये हमारा ये स्कोर डिस्प्ले करता है अपना। और फिर यहाँ से हम रैंक लिस्ट दे सकते हैं कि ये टेस्ट पे किन किन लोगों ने टेस्ट दिया, उनके अमंगस्ट अपना रैंक क्या है अपने पीएस के साथ। ये यहाँ देख सकते हो, ये मेरी आईडी है जिससे मैंने लॉग, और इन सब ने पहले टेस्ट दिया, तो मतलब यहाँ से पता चल सकता है कि अपना रैंक क्या है। तो ये मोड 1 था। हैंड इट ओवर टू ध्रुविशा।
ये टेस्ट वगैरह तो ठीक है, लेकिन प्रैक्टिस किधर से करेंगे? कितने सारे डिफरेंट सब्जेक्ट्स हैं, तो फिर तुम लोग वो किधर से हेल्प ले रहे हो?
अरे ध्रुविशा, टेंशन नहीं लेने का, लर्निंग इन है ना। देख, हमारे लर्निंग इन में मोड 2 है, तो ये है प्रैक्टिस मोड। तो यहाँ पे तू अलग अलग कैटेगरी सिलेक्ट कर सकती है, डिफिकल्टी लेवल सिलेक्ट कर सकती है, और उसके हिसाब से क्वेश्चंस ऑटो जनरेट होंगे। और इसमें एंड में एक स्कोर कार्ड भी डिस्प्ले होगा। तो चल मैं तुझे अब लाइव डेमो दिखाता हूँ। तो ये हमारा होम पेज, यहाँ पे गए तो प्रैक्टिस, यहाँ पे ऑलमोस्ट 22 कैटेगरीज है, तो जितनी भी मेन टॉपिक्स है ना वो सारे के सारे कवर हो जाते हैं। तो यहाँ पे मैंने एक टॉपिक सिलेक्ट किया, फिर यहाँ पे डिफिकल्टी लेवल है, तो तुझे जो भी टॉपिक की प्रैक्टिस करनी हो वो टॉपिक सिलेक्ट कर और अपनी लेवल ऑफ एक्सपर्टीज के हिसाब से डिफिकल्टी लेवल सिलेक्ट कर, ठीक है। तो मैं तो इजी कर रहा हूँ भाई तो क्विज स्टार्ट करते हैं। यहाँ पे मैंने साउंड इफेक्ट्स भी ऐड किया है, शायद तुझे सुनाई नहीं देगा मीट में। और तूने एक चीज नोटिस की होगी कि अनलाइक मोड 1, मतलब जो कुणाल ने दिखाया, अनलाइक उसमें जैसे तू इसमें ऑप्शन सिलेक्ट करती है तो क्वेश्चन चेंज नहीं हो जाता, तू जब नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन दबाती है तभी क्वेश्चन चेंज होता है। तो ये रखने के पीछे रीजन ये है कि सपोज अगर किसी यूजर का आंसर रॉन्ग गया तो उसे वापस देखना पड़ेगा ना कि क्वेश्चन क्या था, राइट आंसर क्या था। तो इसलिए हमने ऐसा रखा है, और इसमें हमने टाइमर भी नहीं लगाया, क्योंकि अगर सपोज रॉन्ग गया तो उसे सपोज अगर नोट डाउन करना हो या क्वेश्चन या किसी रेफरेंस बुक में देखना हो, तो इसलिए हमने टाइमर भी नहीं लगाया। तो ये मेरा एक क्वेश्चन राइट गया। हम देख सकते हैं मुझे खुद को ये प्रैक्टिस करने की बहुत जरूरत है, मेरे राइट नहीं जा रहे, तो मैं ट्वीट कर देता हूँ। तो ये तो हुई प्रैक्टिस की बात। अभी कभी कभी ऐसा भी होता है कि हम प्रैक्टिस तो करते गए, टेस्ट तो देते गए, पर हमें मतलब ये देखना हो कि पहले के हिसाब से हम किधर स्टैंड करते हैं, तो उसके लिए हमने ये फीचर ऐड किया है। यहाँ पे तू अपने प्रोफाइल में जा सकती है और यहाँ पे तू जो भी टेस्ट देगी उसका एक ग्राफ प्लॉट होगा, देख। तो तू कंपेयर कर सकती है कि पहले के कंपैरिजन में तू किधर स्टैंड करती है और तेरे स्कोर्स जो है वो कैसे आ रहे हैं। और यहाँ पे हमने एक प्रोग्रेस बार लगाया है। ये प्रोग्रेस बार में कैसा है, तू जैसे जैसे प्रैक्टिस के जो क्वेश्चंस प्रैक्टिस करेगी तो तेरा ये प्रोग्रेस बार बढ़ता जाएगा, एंड आफ्टर एवरी 10 स्कोर्स तेरा लेवल अपडेट होगा। तो इसका पर्पस ये है कि एक हेल्दी कंपटीशन बना रहे बच्चों में, और क्या मोटिवेशन मिले कि भाई हमें ज्यादा प्रैक्टिस करनी है और हमारा ज्यादा लेवल अप करना है, वैसा। और ध्रुविशा, तू न्यूज़पेपर्स पढ़ती है क्या?
अरे कौन सुबह इतना जल्दी उठ के न्यूज़पेपर्स रीड करेगा?
कोई बात नहीं, हमारे पास उसका भी इलाज है। देख, यहाँ पे फन फैक्ट्स होती है, तो एक से एक सब फन फैक्ट्स, इससे तेरा नॉलेज भी बढ़ेगा और तू नेक्स्ट नेक्स्ट जाती जा, नई नई फन फैक्ट्स आती जाएगी। और रही बात न्यूज़पेपर की, तो उसका भी ऑल्टरनेट है हमारे पास। देख, यहाँ पे जो भी दुनिया में अभी चल रहा है, रिसेंट हैपनिंग्स, सारा का सारा इसमें हेडलाइंस आ जाता है। तुझे अगर ये इंटरेस्टिंग लगा तो इस पे क्लिक कर और तुझे ये न्यूज पेज पे रिडायरेक्ट कर देगा। और सपोज तेरा ये 10 हेडलाइन पढ़ के हो गया या तुझे ये अपीलिंग नहीं लगा, तो नेक्स्ट दबा, नया सेट ऑफ हेडलाइंस आएगा, वापस नेक्स्ट दबा, वापस नया सेट ऑफ हेडलाइंस आएगा, वैसा। तो तेरे जितने भी लर्निंग रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लम्स है ना, वो सारे इससे सॉल्व हो जाएंगे। देख, ये रहा हमारा मोड 3।
So the technologies we have used for front end, we have used HTML, Tailwind CSS, JavaScript, and React. For backend, we have used MongoDB and Node.js. Future prospects में we have thought of creating a live quiz room जिसमें friends एक room में enter करके same set of questions को answer करेंगे, and उनको हर एक question के बाद एक live rank list मिलेगा, तो उनको पता चलेगा कि वो किधर stand कर रहे हैं। एक
मेंटी
proctoring
क्विज जैसा।
yeah. सो फॉर द प्रॉक्टरिंग सिस्टम भी इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं ताकि टीचर्स को भी पता चले कि स्टूडेंट्स चीट नहीं कर रहे क्विज रूम में। एंड देन इन मोर डेप्थ एनालिसिस हर एक टॉपिक पे, ताकि स्टूडेंट्स को भी पता चले कि उनको कौन से टॉपिक पे फोकस करना चाहिए और वो लोग राइट डायरेक्शन में मेहनत करें। और डार्क मोड भी इम्प्लीमेंट करने वाले हैं जो कि बहुत ट्रेंडिंग है।
So thank you. And now any suggestions and scopes for improvement are welcome.
हेलो, हाँ, मेरे को बस एक चीज सजेस्ट करना था कि तुम्हें ये नहीं लगता रादर देन अ वेबसाइट एक मोबाइल ऐप ज्यादा बेटर रहता है ऐसे एप्लीकेशन के लिए?
हाँ मतलब, हाँ वो भी है, वो
मतलब
भी कर
हाँ,
सकते
बेटर
हैं।
नहीं एज इन, मतलब फ्यूचर स्कोप में एक ऐप इम्प्लीमेंट करने का ट्राई कर सकते हो।
हाँ राइट,
बाकी यूआई एंड फीचर्स वर ऑन पॉइंट, काफी मस्त बना है।
थैंक यू।
हाँ, और एक दो सजेशंस यूआई के लिए, जैसे छोटी छोटी चीजें, फॉर एग्जांपल कोडिंग गुज्जूस और प्रोफाइल पिक्चर दोनों आर नॉट मैंडेटरी। मतलब वो यूजर नेम बहुत बड़ा सा दिख रहा था एक एंड पे।
हाँ नहीं, वो एक्चुअली तो फिर सबका तो जो फर्स्ट टाइम होगा ना वही डिस्प्ले होगा। ये तो हमें टीम का ऐसे दिखाना था ना मीट पे,
हाँ,
इसीलिए ऐसा रखा।
मतलब यहाँ पे प्रोफाइल फोटो भी दिखा रहे हो और नाम भी दिखा रहे हो ना, तो एक चीज रख सकते हो, लाइक प्रोफाइल फोटो रख सकते हो बस, एंड इफ यू क्लिक ऑन द प्रोफाइल तो यूजर नेम वो सब दिख जाएगा। बाकी तो ऐसा कोई सजेशन नहीं, काफी मस्त है।
बाकी हमने ये साइड में यहाँ पे डिस्प्ले किया है, मतलब ये नाम,
हाँ
ईमेल आईडी, नंबर ऑफ टेस्ट गिवन, स्कोर।
हाँ, वो
पर
सब
आपकी भी
तो
बात बराबर है।
मस्त था।
थैंक यू।
And nothing as such. Nice job, guys. Nice.
थैंक यू सो मच।
मेंटर्स कौन कौन है?
स्मिथ एंड
हर्ष और
स्मिथ एंड हर्ष।
अरे हाँ, और उनको स्पेशल थैंक्स भाई, काफी हेल्प की है।
नाइस नाइस, लगा ही था उन लोग ही होंगे। काफी अच्छा बना है, नाइस वर्क गाइस।
थैंक यू। और कोई सजेशन हो आपकी तरफ से?
नहीं, आई गेस सब सही है।
अरे थैंक यू।
हाँ, बस डिप्लॉयमेंट का भी थोड़ा देख लो, डिप्लॉय करने में ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लगेगा।
डिप्लॉय हमने किया हुआ है, और बेसिकली डिप्लॉय हमने बैकएंड और फ्रंट एंड किया हुआ है। तो मतलब कैसा हो रहा है कि एक दो जो चीजें है ना जहाँ हम लोग पोस्ट कर रहे हैं, तो वो वहाँ प्री फ्लाइट रिस्पॉन्स में मतलब कोर्स का गड़बड़ है, तो वो हम लोग रिजॉल्व कर रहे हैं। बाकी बैकएंड पूरा रेलवे पे किया हुआ है, बस वर्सल पे थोड़ी कुछ चीजों के वजह से मतलब एपीआई बराबर काम नहीं कर रहे, तो हमको वो थोड़ा रिजॉल्व करना है। बाकी डिप्लॉयड अभी भी है।
और रिस्पॉन्सिव है क्या वेबसाइट?
और रिस्पॉन्सिव अभी के लिए तो नहीं है, बट हम लोग फ्यूचर में ऑब्वियसली उसको करने वाले हैं।
ओके ठीक है।
फीचर्स एंड यूआई बहुत मस्त था। एक सजेशन का टैब भी बनाओ जहाँ पे तुम लोग है ना ट्रैक रख सको कि कौन से सेक्शंस में वो लोग लैग कर रहे हैं, उनका स्कोर्स ट्रैक कर रहे हैं, और फिर उसके हिसाब से क्विज ऑटो जनरेट करने का या सजेशंस का वैसा कुछ, और एक ईमेल नोटिफिकेशंस का वैसा कर सकते हो।
अच्छा
मतलब
हाँ।
ऐसा
फ्यूचर
बोल रहे हो
स्कोप
क्या
के लिए।
कि मतलब कोई मतलब अपने स्कोर के हिसाब से ऑटो जनरेट क्विज हो ऐसा?
हाँ एग्जैक्टली। अभी मैनुअली तुम लोग डिसाइड कर रहे हो ना क्विज का लेवल,
हाँ
इजी मीडियम
Yes.
वैसा, तो वो स्कोर्स के हिसाब से एंड सेक्शंस के हिसाब से ऑटो जनरेट करके दे क्विज, वैसा कुछ कर सकते हो।
बराबर है। हाँ अच्छा आइडिया, ये हम ट्राई
बाकी
करेंगे ये
सब तो
वाला।
बहुत मस्त।
थैंक यू।
ऑल्सो एक लास्ट चीज, वो प्रोजेक्ट के लिए नहीं बट प्रेजेंटेशन के लिए बहुत मजा आया। लाइक अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन था, स्किट बढ़िया तुमने प्रिपेयर किया, बट ट्राई नॉट टू डू दिस इन अ हैकाथॉन, इट वोंट बी।
नहीं ये नहीं,
हाँ
वो सब वहाँ नहीं।
नहीं, बट मजा आया, वेरी नाइस, जिसने भी सोचा था।
तो रवि सर थोड़ा शार्क टैंक पे आए तो थोड़ा इक्विटी लेके देखे।
नहीं, इक्विटी तो क्या ही है, स्मिथ से मांग ले।
वो तो जीआरई क्लासेस में हमने बुलाया उसको, भाई आजा हमारा देखने।
ओके, तो थैंक यू गाइस। अगर और कोई सजेशन ऐसा कुछ ना हो तो हम एंड कर सकते हैं।
ओके थैंक यू सो मच।
ओके थैंक यू।
होस्ट कौन है भाई? नेक्स्ट टीम देखो।
So the next team, we don't bite, can start their presentation. सारे members आ गए क्या तुम्हारे?
Actually, it's only me.
Okay.
Okay. So, should I share my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm Arya, and my project is basically a website to connect animal lovers. The name of my site is Forward, and yeah, it's also an attempt to bridge the gap between the stray animals and the NGOs that are dedicated towards like working for the betterment of the stray animals. So the idea behind is to basically bring together the animal loving committee. There are two major sections, that is social media and social work, that we've covered. Social media is just like any other basic social media platform with posts, but the posts will be of animals and people's pets. So basically, they can post their pets regularly, and the post can be viewed by friends and family and other pet guardians who also use the site. The other section is the NGO and SOS feature. Uh, these two features go hand in hand to help the abandoned animals and to put a roof over them, provide them help with basic necessities. So basically, how it works is, in the NGO register, you register as an NGO by submitting a form that has your email address. So after you register, and whenever there'll be an SOS request sent to you, you'll be notified on your mail, and you'll receive all the details of the animal that the SOS form covers. Uh, I will get into the stats, and I'll quickly show you the site later. Uh, So these are the stats. The number of stray animals in Mumbai alone is over 250,000, out of which 90,000 have been only registered. So 160,000 are just roaming randomly on the streets. With little to no effort from the BNC, the work of rescuing and caring for stray animals has become harder and more expensive. Also, since the pandemic, it's been way more challenging and tougher for them, because it's very difficult to cope up with this issue as well as isolation. Also, animals were neglected a lot and was a scary thing to have gone through for all of us. But for animals also, many people found it very convenient to deal with the pandemic by just abandoning their pets in forests or on random streets. But that was also sad. And it was tough to undertake animal welfare projects by NGOs and animal activists with the strict government regulations because of COVID. And yeah, most of us, we do feel sorry about them, and yeah, some of us are willing to help, but we lack resources, right? So that's what this site does. It gets you the right resources and the right places to go to. I will show you the site now. This is the home page. Um, this is the social media site where people can post their pets. We can add posts. I will quickly show you. And then choose a file attachment and submit, and the post gets uploaded. This one. We can also edit the posts and delete them. So this is again the edit post form. Um, if I have to if I have to update a caption or email or even the name or the file attachment, I can do that. And updating it will change it on this page. Then, so the other two features, the SOS and the register. So I can just I can like show you the format of the mail if you provide me with your mail address. Like, can you provide me with your mail address so I can? So if I register from your mail address as an NGO, then you will be getting an email. Okay. So I've registered as an NGO. Now, if any user finds a stray animal on the street, and if they just, like, I'm just putting in, and file attachment of the stray animal. So yeah, you must have gotten an email. So the
Yep,
NGO
I got it.
receive an email with details. Well, and the NGO can contact with the user as well, because the sender's email, phone number, address, PIN code, and the type of animal and the image of the animal. So the NGO can connect to the user by just calling them or emailing them. Yeah, that's it. Do you have any questions or something you'd like to ask?
Oh yeah. First of all, good project and good dedication also. अकेले किया. But what tech stack did you use for the front end?
HTML, CSS, JavaScript, EJS.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Oh, for the front end, right?
Yeah, front end.
Front end is HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and EJS.
Okay, and like for the backend you use Mongo, right?
Yeah.
And what did you use for auth?
I'm sorry, what?
What did you use for authentication? Like you have like a register as an organization and stuff, right?
Actually, there's no login or sign up form as of yet, because I didn't feel the need to.
Oh,
Because
okay.
even social media site, for the form submission of the posts, there is email required. So that covers most of it. And for the SOS and NGO requests, I think it would be too inconvenient if you would have to log in and do everything.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Hey, so I really like the idea. Like, it's great what you're doing, and like, what are the future prospects of it? Like, what will you be adding after this?
Like, as of now, there is no filtering of the NGOs. So maybe in the future I can add like filtering of the NGOs with respect to the PIN codes submitted by the users on the SOS forms, and maybe then jotting down all the NGOs that are nearest to the user.
Okay, got it.
Hmm. Okay.
Good job, Arya. One suggestion from my side, you can have a separate portal for the NGOs, so that instead of spamming into their mails, you can like they will have their own portal to view all the users of the and the pets ka info, right? And directly contact from the portal itself. Just a suggestion for futures.
Okay, so just to avoid the spamming of the emails.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I can do that.
Okay, Arya, nice project. So congratulations on completing it, being the only member. And
Thank you.
I think we can move on to the next team if they are present.
Okay, thank you so much.
Is everyone here? Or people are joining from syntax terminators?
Yes, we're here. We're here.
All right, two people.
Yes, just two people.
All right, you can start.
Yeah. Just a second. Okay, so can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So we are group syntax terminators, and we present to you our project comparison. So the name itself, comparison, that itself suggests what we aim to do. So we aim at comparing data by scraping data from e-commerce giants like Amazon and Flipkart. So we scrape data from these e-commerce websites, and basically this is a price comparison website that we have thought of making, and we have made this using the Scrapy framework in Python. So now, just coming to our thought process, why we chose just Amazon and Flipkart right now for this project. So if we just check on SEMrush and all the statistics, Amazon and Flipkart are the most visited e-commerce websites in India. Like, that's taken for granted. We all know that. So the top two websites in India, the most visited websites, e-commerce websites in India, are Amazon and Flipkart. So it makes logical sense to use and scrape websites like Amazon and Flipkart for our price comparison project. Moving on to the technologies that I have used for the scraping aspect of this project. So I have integrated and done everything in the Python language. So I've used Python language as the base language that incorporates the entire process. Scrapy is the framework that I have used for scraping now. So I'll cover on later why I have used Scrapy as a framework instead of Beautiful Soup as a parser. Also, I've used Selenium as an automation testing service, but I use this for dynamic scraping. So if there are any websites that are DOM rendered, and if I cannot scrape them via normal parsing and parsing of the HTML source code, then I use Selenium for dynamic scraping of the website, like Amazon, their search results, their product listing pages, etc. I use ScrapeOps as an SDK service for a dashboard view, and it also offers other services like proxies and deploying your spider and running it consistently at a regular interval. Scraper API is another service that I have used. So Scraper API, this is a service basically that provides rotating proxies. I will cover all of this later on, why I have used and where I have used what service. Google Cloud. So running this spider, my crawler, on a cloud service rather than my local system, because I cannot keep my system on 24/7. So running it on a server is the best bet to automate the entire process of scraping, updating the database, and showing it to the user. So now, why I have chosen Scrapey over Beautiful Soup. So the first parser, the first project that anybody does in scraping is using Beautiful Soup to scrape any product information that they like. But Beautiful Soup is a parser. It's a normal parser. It's not really meant for scraping as such. It was just a parser to parse XML and HTML content. Scrapey, on the other hand, it's an entire framework built especially to scrape giants and on a large scale. So Scrapey is scalable, firstly. So the entire price comparison project, it works on the ideology of having a lot of products that you compare. So scalability is the first issue that you need to address, and Scrapey addresses it really well and it solves the problem. So it handles large data sets and it can make multiple requests asynchronously using the twisted router. So Scrapey is totally built for handling large data sets, large requests, large number of requests rather. So it's totally a suitable choice for price comparison projects to periodically scrape data. Then moving on to Speed. Now, Speed, of course, Scrapey is built for scraping. The name itself is Scrapey. So it has built-in optimizations to enhance the performance. So I've already tried both Beautiful Soup and Scrapey, and I can safely say that I can scrape around 320 phones in around 15 to 20 seconds using Scrapey. Whereas in Beautiful Soup, all I encounter is 503 errors from Amazon saying that you are not allowed, robot.txt is blocking you, etc., etc. So Scrapey gives me a lot of control over my spider and how I incorporate the entire process that I have in my mind. Also, it has advanced functionalities, other aspects of Scrapey, why it supersedes Beautiful Soup. So advanced features like URL management. So I can scrape multiple URL domains in one particular spider if I want to, and I can create different spiders for different jobs. So I'll show you that later on. I have screenshots attached. So advanced features like URL management, request handling. So I can handle and make multiple requests using the twisted router service built in with Scrapey. And item extraction. So it has a lot of features like pipelines. So you can, after scraping data, you can pass it through pipelines and export it in whatever format you want. You can directly ship it to MongoDB if you want to. Whatever you want to do, you can handle using pipelines. You have items, so you can create like a schema of sorts and store your data directly in Scrapey without using any JSON in the first go itself. So all these aspects, then of course the robust documentation. So if you just compare the documentation of Beautiful Soup and Scrapey, oh my God, the documentation of Scrapey is so much better. It shows how much effort the entire community has put into it. So making a large scale website, you require that level of documentation, and Scrapey covers it really well. These covered all the reasons why I chose Scrapey over Beautiful Soup, because this was a question I was asked a lot when I would talk about my project, that why am I using Scrapey and not Beautiful Soup? Because everybody is sort of comfortable and well versed with Beautiful Soup. But this is the reason. Even though Scrapey is tougher to learn, but it gives you a lot of power. Now, what I do, how I'm collecting data, what I'm doing with it. So there's four main steps in the entire process of collecting and generating data. Step one, that's collecting the data. So the problem is that there are no services, there is no database, no API that has the latest products, the latest models that are being released by brands like Redmi, Oppo, Apple, etc. There is no database which is updated constantly. I have checked a lot. I have checked for API services, even paid services, but I couldn't really find any service which gives a database with the list of model names that are updated. So the problem is, if I had a database with model names, what I could do was I could search that model name on Amazon and Flipkart and scrape the data of that model accordingly. But the problem is I don't have any database to search the models on these e-commerce websites. So the first process is I have to collect the data and I have to first create a database myself of the models available right now, the latest models. So what I do is I scrape products from Amazon and I store them in a JSON file. So this is the page that I chose. Amazon has its own mobiles page over here, if you check. But the thing is, it does not really have a list of products over there. It's rather just banners, hero banners, and images of the offers that they are offering right now in that particular season. But I required a site that I can scrape the details for, like I can scrape the details of the phones. So I required a page like this, a listing page, which lists all the phones that are available on Amazon. So I found this Today Mobile's offer page on Amazon, and I chose this one because the entire point of our website is to update the database daily according to the offers. So this page was available on Amazon, and I thought this is the way to go. So the thing is, when I try to scrape this particular page, sorry, the thing is I have to use CSS selectors or XML selectors. Now what happens is I have to basically find out the class of the title. So suppose it's like the class name of this particular division or element is title. So I will choose that particular selector. But the problem is all the titles that are available on this page, all the titles will be selected. So I am not scraping product by product. Rather, I have had to scrape all the titles in one shot, then all the prices, all the image URLs, all the star ratings, etc. So this is step one, collecting data from Amazon, building a database. That is, first I have had a list of product names. So I have a list of product names, a list of URLs, a list of prices. Now, this is not really workable with, this is not scalable and not implementable, so to speak, because having a list of product names and a list of URLs is not really mapping one product as an entity. So what I had to do was, this is the second step, assembling the data. So I sort and organize the data that was haphazard, that was in a list of names. Now I've organized it product wise. So now I have this particular object. This is going to be one product, and it has it has the attributes of itself. So this was the second step. Doing all of this took me quite a lot of time because I had to figure out how to create the database first, and then I have to sort and organize the data into usable content, usable JSON file. Now, once I've assembled the data, I have the database of the products ready. Now I have to scrape Flipkart because the entire point is to have a price comparison website, not a mobile phone database website. So scraping Flipkart. So I have used this assembled data that I have made using the various string functions and all of that in Python. I use that to scrape Flipkart now so that we have a generated price comparison model. Now, how I search on Flipkart, that itself was a big ordeal for me because the thing is, if you search for Oppo A74, suppose, if I do not put these parameters like Fantastic Purple or 6 GB RAM or 128 GB ROM, if I do not put these particular parameters, it will show me other variants of different colors, different specifications, and maybe even not the same product, not the relevant product. So I decided to use these particular aspects that I've already scraped from Amazon. So firstly, I found out that the model name, of course, that's like common sense, using the model name as a search parameter. This is the first part that I have used from my scrape data. Second, using the color, because the thing is, if Oppo A74 has a black color available on Amazon as well, so that will be a different product available in my JSON. Now, storing my black product in my purple wala product object or product schema, that will be like a total hodgepodge. So what I have to do is I have to use the color as well so that I get that particular color variation. Apart from that, I have to also use the storage specifications of that model. So using 6 GB RAM and 128 GB ROM. I have extracted this from Amazon using their titles. So getting this, if I did not do this, of course, it can show me another variant with 64 GB ROM or something. I have to use the one that I want. So using these also took me a lot of time, had to figure out how to incorporate all these aspects into the project. That was step 3. Now step 4, I have scraped all the data from Amazon and Flipkart. My database is sort of ready, and I have data for a particular phone from both Amazon and Flipkart, their prices, their ratings, etc., etc. Now I have to update the database. So that's step 4, because the front-end developer has nothing to do with what I'm doing. The front-end developer just has to render whatever I'm doing on the front end, right? So updating the database, that was another aspect that I thought of and that I've incorporated in my bash script that I run daily. So this is the MongoDB Atlas service that we are using for our database. And we update this daily, not daily, in fact, hourly. So right now it's 12:30. At 1 p.m., it's going to scrape again and update the database. So total documents, that basically shows the number of phones. So 272 phones that we have scraped from the Today Mobile Offers page. Now, for running this hourly, the thing is I cannot keep my system on always, right? So I have to use a server. I have to use some service, some cloud service where I host my Spider and runs the crawling jobs. So I tried out different things. I tried out DigitalOcean first, to be honest, but I found the pricing range to be a bit exorbitant. And for this project, I choose Google Cloud over anything else, because Google Cloud offers a lot of functionalities and it gives a $300 credit for 3 months. So that was the service that I used. Railway was another service, but I wasn't really well versed with Railway. So I chose to go with Google Cloud instead of a DigitalOcean droplet. So I created a virtual machine instance, easy, a Linux-based instance, and just connect to the SSH server, easy, and run a cron job. So first I tested out the Spider, and after working with it, after realizing and the various errors that I encounter, I'll cover those errors later on. I set up a cron job that runs hourly. So every hour there's my crawler, my spiders, they run the crawling service, and yep, they update the database after that. So one of the errors I encountered was Amazon blocking me. So the thing is, Amazon does not want bots to overload its servers, right? Because servers handle all the user requests. So if my bot is making 350 get requests in 15 seconds, that's putting a lot of load. So it's going to block my IP address. So what crawlers have to do, what scrapers have to do, they have to use rotating proxies to overcome this hurdle, this barrier of Amazon trying to block all our robots and scrapers. So I used the scraper API service that I had mentioned earlier for rotating proxies. So doing all of this is very easy and scrapey. Now, incorporating rotating proxies in Beautiful Soup, I couldn't really find a lot of documentation for that. So Scrapey offers a lot of solutions for a robust product like this one, like Comparison. So rotating proxies is something that I had to use, and I've already incorporated to overcome Amazon blocking me. This is the ScrapeOps SDK service that I have used. So this basically creates a dashboard and it shows the scraping jobs that you have run. So this was on 2nd Feb. I can also screen share and show it to you right now that how it's running right now. Anyways, so this is so that you can monitor without connecting to the cloud service, connecting via SSH, and then checking the cron output log. Instead of doing all of that, if a person does not even know coding, that person can just log in over here and check whether the spiders are working or not. So this is a completely scalable, workable model that corporate entities and companies can work on and use for their jobs, their reasons. Moving on to the web development aspect now. Narayani will cover from here.
Okay, so for web development, the tech stack that
we have used is React.js for the front-end framework, Material UI for the React components, and Tailwind CSS for further CSS that we wanted to add. And in the backend, we have JWT for authentication, Node.js, Express.js for server side, and MongoDB Atlas for the database. And the features that we've covered on our website is that we have secure authentication, and we also have authorization system that manages user access and also aids the favorites feature that we have. Efficient rendering and fetching of mobile phones data that we fetch from the database. And then we have automated database update process, which is facilitated by the scraping that we have in the backend. We, as I earlier said, we have add to favorites feature so that the user can look back to all the products that he was interested in. Further, we have filtering capabilities for better user experience because every e-commerce website has it, and ours is also kind of an e-commerce website. And then we have an intuitive search feature to find desired content so that the user can find anything that he wants in the database.
Now, yeah.
Now we have the live demo.
So this is the website. Yeah, Narayana.
This is the home page. And if we scroll down, we have a slider which shows all the best deals that we have scraped. Further, if we just want to, it also has a good UI. If we want to check the details of that particular product, we can click on the buy button and it opens a new page. Here, as we can see, we have the product image and the title and the Amazon best deals and Flipkart. Since here the Flipkart price is less than Amazon, it's also highlighted as the best deal. And if we scroll down, we find the entire information in a tabular format. It helps. Yeah, exactly. So after that, we can add our content, add this product to favorites if we want to. But since we haven't logged in yet, we have to log in. So it pops up another page. This is a sign up page. You can sign up here.
So should we show the sign up process or should we just log in directly?
You can log in.
Okay, so it's logged in, yeah.
Okay, now if we go to any other product, can you just scroll down? Yep, just go to another product and add it to favorites.
Yeah. So,
yeah, it opens the favorites tab, and now you have it's a slider usually, but since there's only one product, it's not a slider. This is the product. You can remove it from favorites if you want to, and then you have nothing here. If you can add 2-3 products, it will show.
Yeah, just a second.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, here, since sometimes we aren't able to scrape from Flipkart for the same product that we have scraped from Amazon.
Like
so
the product is not available on Flipkart, suppose. So.
Yeah, exactly. So we are able to show it that it's not available right now. You can add it to favorites, add one more product if you want to. Yep, you can remove it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't add that unfortunately. Just a second. Yeah. So yeah, it's added all those products and
you can remove it if you want to. Anyway, now this was the favorites feature. Moving on to the filter that we have here, like if we go navigate to the mobiles part, here we have the entire data, entire mobiles that we have scraped in a grid form. And if we click to apply filters, we have this sidebar that pops up, and here we can sort on the basis of price, rating. We can find on the basis of brand and the brands we have scraped, and then we have price search option as well. So you can just apply those filters and you'll only have those. So here it is. we chose Redmi, and now we only have Redmi, and the prices are in ascending order because we wanted to sort it on that basis.
Moving on to the search feature, maybe?
Yes, of course. Now we have the search feature because it's basically an e-commerce website. If we search Redmi 10A, maybe, yep. The search results. We also have pagination here. If we scroll down, you can find there are 13 pages because I guess 13 into 5 products can be searched using this search option. And exactly, you can also navigate to yeah the product details. If you click on the buy option here, it navigates you to it directs you to the Amazon page or maybe the Flipkart page if you click on the Flipkart side of buy button.
Let me go to a product which has Flipkart as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you can see, like even the price, it's been scraped recently, right now 1 hour ago at 12 p.m. So it's the latest price. So it shows the same on Flipkart as well as our website.
Exactly. And then we have the about page.
Yeah.
It describes what we wanted to do. And then we have our profile page. You can navigate to the favorites using that page.
Yeah.
Since we remove all of the favorite products, we don't have anything to render here. And then we have log out button.
Yeah, so we can log out exactly, and then it will show the login page again.
Yeah, because you're on the profile page and you don't have anything right now to render. Yeah, so this
that was the live demo.
Yeah.
The future scope. So yeah, Narang.
Okay, so for the future scope, we want to have an extension for price comparison. For that, we need to check the current product that we are viewing on that particular website and then scrape to all the other websites. So that's a future scope. That's why we couldn't perform it this time. And then we want to add notifications feature so that if the price drops for for a particular product that is in the favorite section of that user, he or she can get the notification for that. And then we want to scrape more e-commerce websites, obviously. And then we also want to scrape more categories and check for data errors, if any.
Yeah, about the categories part. So right now we focused on mobile phones, especially because price fluctuation is very relevant in the mobile phone industry. Offers on mobile phones are changing every day, every hour. So we thought that for this project, having something workable like mobile phones will be a very, very key aspect that covers all the aspects of scraping and updating regularly. So right now we chose mobile phones for that particular reason. But now that we have done this, we have achieved this, we can add more categories. That is no big deal. We can add furniture, we can add clothing, we can add whatever category that is available on Amazon or any e-commerce website. And also scrape more websites like Reliance Digital or any Chroma or any website which is not even digital if we think of adding more categories. So that was it from our side, the presentation. We would love to hear your inputs and your suggestions if you have any.
Yep. Am I audible?
Yeah. Yes.
Yep. Firstly, like great project. Like the complexity of this project and the is like really great, and also the UI is fantastic. So I had a few questions. So first of all, like are crawlers and scrapers kind of like legal?
Yeah. So the thing is that firstly, every website has its own robots.txt documentation, which basically says what aspects of a site you can crawl and what aspect you cannot crawl. So there are certain aspects of Amazon. For suppose you have your user profile or something. Of course, Amazon does not want you to violate any security or privacy thing. So it doesn't want scrapers to crawl that. So basically, different pages have different security options. So the search result feature, the search result page that I am scraping right now, That luckily is allowed by Amazon. But in case Amazon does not allow it, then you can bypass that, but it's not a good practice, of course, because like Amazon has already made the provision of not allowing scrapers over there. So scraping is legal, yes, on particular pages that the e-commerce website platform allows you to.
Okay, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Also, the scraping code that you're running, that's on Google Cloud, right?
Right, yes.
So for that, are you exhausting credits or is it free?
Yeah, so I am exhausting credits for that. I have a 3-month trial that I have on right now. So I am exhausting my credits for that. But it's quite an efficient process, actually. More than that, it's just the instance, the virtual machine instance that has to keep running all the time, which is exhausting credits. My scraping script actually in itself is pretty efficient. So that does not require a lot of power, but it's just that the instance has to keep running. So yeah, it is exhausting credits, yes, to answer your question.
Okay, okay, nice. And it is for like you have credits for 3 months, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, cool.
Of course,
Uh,
further on, if we want to expand this project and make it workable for any corporate entity or for a client, we can use paid services like DigitalOcean Droplets and Google Cloud Platform or any other service.
Okay, okay, makes sense. Also, like, do you have any ideas about how would you implement, if you wanted to implement like a price history for a particular product? So,
Yeah.
like, so अगर वैसा कुछ implement करना होगा, so do you have like any ideas like how would that work?
What I thought right now for our basic feature was that what if in our schema itself, when I'm updating the database, I just store the previous price and the next price. Because the thing is, yeah, I can have like a timeline of sorts for the price. But if I want to incorporate the feature of sending the user a notification if the price drops or if there's a offer that the user wants to avail. So I thought that maybe just having the previous price and the current price, that itself is enough. So if we just add one more attribute in our schema, that is the previous price, and I store the previous price over there, and in case the current price is lesser than the previous price, just send a notification. Because the main reason of having a timeline or um, storing the price history would be to notify the user in case there's a price drop or if in case the user wants to consume that product. So I thought of this feature right now. Of course, there are more aspects to it that I haven't thought of, but I would be willing to work on it right now if you all can give me some suggestions. Would love to do that.
Yep, like that you what you thought is storing of previous prices in the schema, that's correct. You could do that.
Yeah.
So like instead of just storing the last one, you could store a few like
Correct,
last
like an array or something. Yeah,
like an
makes
array or
sense.
something.
Makes sense. Absolutely.
Okay, and
any other
yes.
questions? Any suggestions?
Also, like the login thing that you're having, that's only for saving a product as favorites, right?
Yes.
Currently.
Later on. Yeah, currently.
Okay.
Later
Okay,
on
okay.
for notifications and all of that, we'll add more features, more categories. We'll have more things to scrape. So.
Okay, great project, guys. That's it from my side. Like others can ask now.
Yeah. Anyone else? If you have any suggestions. Okay, guys. I think that's it from our side. We hope that you like the project, and if you have any suggestions, if you have any idea, even later on, we are Team Syntax Terminators. So please just message us on Discord. We are available, and we want to work on this project. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Also, just a question: do you have this deployed?
Yes, we do. But the authorization has issues, and I know where the issue is, but I'm not able to rectify it right now.
Like, can I like view the products?
Sure.
Yes, you can. You can view the products, you can filter, you can search, but you can't add them to favorites.
Like,
Okay,
should
no
we share the link or something? It's there
share
in our
the
review.
link.
Acha, okay, just a second.
Chat में डाल दो and
just a second. Yep. This is
Another thing is add to favorites वाला बहुत बार अगर भर जाए तुम लोग का सेक्शन तो यू कैन कीप अ ट्रैक ऑफ हिस्ट्री ऑफ what like let's say the last 10 comparisons the user had made because I
Mm-hmm.
think that is relevant to the website. बहुत टाइम लाइक अपन Amazon या Flipkart पे जाते हैं तो they just show the recently viewed products which
Right,
we
right,
have.
right, right. Okay, okay, I get it. Yeah.
And like, who are your mentors?
They're Ankit and Nirbhay.
Okay, nice.
Yes. I've shared the link of the hosted website in the chat.
Yep, thanks. Like, I want to buy a phone, so let's see if this could
Sure.
help me.
Sure. That's great. Anybody else, if you all have any suggestions, if you want to review our product, if you liked it? Okay, then. So I guess that's it. So
Yeah, nice project, man. And I think there were only 2 people, was it?
yeah, just two of
Yes.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just being 2 people, you just made like very quite a big project and you did implement the required features.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations on that and keep continuing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So I guess we'll need to start with the next team if they're here.
Sure, sure, sure.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much for
bye.
the opportunity.
Bye bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Hello. So can we start presenting the next team?
Yeah.
Sure. Fantastic.
Is it visible? Yes.
Okay, so our website was the about the post policies. So it is for the Indian post schemes. Like LIC schemes, post also provides schemes for the customers. But due to lack of awareness or resources, these schemes are not running very well. So this website will help in that. And this website is for both the agent as well as the customers. For in the agent section, this website will help to increase the reach of the agents, as the registered customers will increase the agents business will also increase, and indirectly it will profit the Indian Post. And for the customer side, detailed information about the schemes and premium calculations will be provided on the website, so that it is easier for the customers to make a decision on which website, on which scheme to invest on, and through whom should he invest. So the on the agent interface, we have included a table which provides which maintains the record of his customers. And then we have the follow-up list, that is the, if a customer breaks or completes his scheme, so that data will be added in the follow-up list. And in the customer interface, we have a scheme chart which will help the customer to get an idea about on which scheme to invest on. And he can also calculate the premium or the returns he is going to invest for every particular scheme. And the main point of this website is that the agents and the customers will get connected according to the pin code. So if the pin code matches, the agent list will be provided to the customers. So this is how the agent and the customer connection will be done. And so we will move to the demo. So this is our home page, the navigation bar. And here also we have included the menus, that is the home about us. And Here we have in the menu we have included the premium calculator for calculations of the premium, and then next we have the scheme charts, and next we have the agent interface and customer interface. So we will first see the agent interface. So here we will register a agent. So here we have included the schemes delivered, so he can enter whatever schemes he delivers. So this is, so now we will log in again. And so this is our agent interface. So your all the profile details will be displayed over here from the database, and we have the customers list. So yeah, premium calculator and customers list. In this customer list, he has to enter the details of his customers, and that details will get added on over here in this table. So, and we have also included the break and complete button. So if in case anyone has to break or complete, or his scheme is completed, he can break it. So now submit, and the data is added over here. So this is how the agent will keep on adding the data of his customers. And now we have the
data is added dynamically from the database.
Shubham, I guess you have just joined twice. So can you just
Yeah, I get that. So here when we click on break button, the data is deleted from the database.
and
We have created a login button, logout button, and then we are redirected to the home page.
now we will see the customers interface. So we will directly log in now for the customer. लॉगिन साहिल टाकलं पासवर्ड परत टाक साहिल. No, we have to register new because there is some issue with the password. The customer login is not getting logged in due to some issue, but we'll directly like 1 minute. Okay, it has opened. So the customer, this is the customer interface. Here also the profile details are being shown, and here also included the premium calculator will function like this. We just have to enter the scheme name and we have to enter the amount. So he will get the premium return. He can calculate like this, and then we have the scheme chats again for him to get the details about the interest and the installments period. So next we have the contact agent. So from the database, these two pin codes have matched, that is 40031. So that therefore the details of these agents have been displayed over here. So like this, we can get connected with the agent and then again log out. So this was about the website. And in the future scope, we would like to add the payment gateway for performing the direct transactions and including automatic suggestions according to the requirements of the customers. So that's it from my side.
All right, guys. So I see you have attempted like authentication from two sides. So you used passport for that.
No, we did not use.
How did you implement it then? Using JWT or passport?
No, using basic schema, yeah, compare the password and confirm password from the database itself.
Okay, so in the database you're storing just the password.
Yes.
Okay, like that is not really a safe option. So I would really recommend you to check passport and JWT after like as also a future scope. Okay, because someone else can access the database and uh, it's not really safe. So yeah, you can certainly try that. So yes,
Yes.
from my side, and you're actually the calculator which you showed. Can you just like instead of we're clicking on numbers, right? So maybe we can just put an input, something like that. Can we just try that?
Means should I open the calculator again?
Yeah, just can you please?
Okay. Yeah, so we have to enter the scheme name, whichever scheme
You're
name
not
is best.
sharing the screen.
Okay, 1 minute. Yes, so here we have to enter the scheme name and we have to just enter the amount. So we will get the equivalent amount over there.
Okay, all right. I just missed that. Right. Okay. Except you can try that authentication thing. Otherwise, I think you have completed all the features which were all right. It's nice.
Does anyone have more suggestions like? Okay, so can we end the meet?
Okay, so yeah, you completed. I think whatever was in the future scope, you can implement that. That's the
Yes.
one thing I said. And yeah, you can keep adding many such projects to your portfolio. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you, COC, for this amazing experience and guidance.
All right.
All right, thank you, team. Great work. And I think that's the end of the presentations for now, Nishant.
Yeah. So I guess we'll be meeting after at 2 o'clock again.
Yeah, at 2 o'clock.
All right.
Okay. So great work, everyone. Thank you so much, and thank you for being present. Harsh, Ananya, Rushabh, also Ravi, Bhavik, Nishant, and a huge thanks to Anurag for streaming today, and also huge thanks to Nirbhay for streaming yesterday. We'll meet again at 2 o'clock with the exciting domain of ML. So thank you again.